Hey, what's up you guys? Brandasauresrex here coming at you with another figure review. Today we're going to be reviewing the S.H. MonsterArts Gamera 3 figure. So without further ado, let's check out the box for this figure. So now that we have the box out of the way, let's take a deep in-depth look into the Gamera 3 figure. So starting at the head of the figure, the teeth have this really white coloring and the paint is a little sloppy going on the teeth. I do enjoy the head sculpt even though it's not 100% one-to-one accurate to the movie. I do love the paint sculpt. I know Bandai, MonsterArts, whatever you want to call them, they do take their liberties with their sculpts. Overall, the head sculpt doesn't bother me too much. So for articulation as well, the head can move up and down, get a great range of motion there. The head can swivel side to side. The jaw can open and close. The tongue looks like it can be articulated, but I cannot move it. And then at the base of the neck, you can rotate this sucker all the way around, and you could get some cool deep you can get the neck to point really far down and really far up as well. So that's really cool, especially when you get into the flight mode, but we'll get to that later. All right, moving down to the arms. This is another point that I have to say that the sculpt on this figure is beautiful. I absolutely love the sculpting that's going on here. MonsterArts has literally went all out of their way to blow the Gamera 2 sculpt out of the water with this Gamera 3 one. And for articulation in the arms, it's very limited. I'm kind of disappointed with the lack of articulation in this. You kind of get the arms to rotate at the base of the figure, so kind of where his shoulder would be. You get one ball joint in there. You get another ball joint for his forearm, which you get a limited range of a karate chopping motion, and you can swivel it left and right, but most of that's going to come from the shoulder. And then you can slightly pivot his wrist up and down with not too much going on there, but it is something. It does look cool when you can get it all posed right and you can get it finessed. Now moving down to the crotch, lower leg area, I have to say again, the sculpting is just continuously fantastic throughout the bottom half of the figure as well. I have to say that even the legs, every little crevice in it, it has this like bubbly, gross texture to it, and it just looks really cool. Like, I have to say, I really love it. I love his little feet that he's got going on here. Articulation, the legs, again, they're very limited. Gamera is not the most agile of monsters when he's on the ground, just like a normal turtle would be. You kind of get a little ball joint in the hip going on there that you can move around freely. He also has a single jointed knee, but you can get the knee to go straight out, and you can get some like kicking motions out of Gamera. Oh, and then moving down to his feet does have a little bit of rotation going on here with a little bit of an ankle rocker thing going on there, which if you want to display him in some wider stances or you want to kick one of his legs into the air, you can do so with the finesse of the feet. All right, so spinning the figure around to the back, you can see the giant turtle shell that's going on here, which I absolutely love. I love all the scar damage that's on here. Like, if Gamera's just been getting like the shit kicked out of him. And then moving down to his tail is beautifully sculpted again. I think this tail looks way better than the Gamera 2 tail. I think they took that Gamera 2 design and just improved on it in sculpt wise, just to make it a fantastic looking figure. And also the range of motion in the tail is also pretty cool. I didn't think that we were going to be able to get a good range of motion out of the tail because of how stumpy it is. Also, the way it holds a pose too is actually pretty great too. Alright, so that is not all that Gamera comes with. Gamera also comes with his I forgot the name of the attack, but it's kind of a mana hand. Basically, Gamera can summon mana through the universe, I guess, or from killing other kaijus, I guess. I forgot how they explain it in the movie. So it's very simple to replace his hand with the mana hand. You basically want to grab the second joint of the forearm, and you're going to like slightly twist and pull until it pops off. And then you're going to want to take your new hand and you want to just twist that back onto basically the arm that is popped into the joint. And there you go. Your Gamera has the new mana kung fu hand. I don't know what to call it. All right, but that is not all. Gamera also comes, just like Gamera 2, with a flight mode. Gamera 2 introduced the idea of Gamera having these like flipper hands instead of the Gamera 1 style where he had his hands out and he used to fly. This one he has like a full like jet mode, I'm gonna call it. So basically, to get Gamera into his jet mode, so the first thing you're going to have to do is remove Gamera's arms, starting at the base of the arm. So starting at his shoulder, you're going to want to pull those off. And you're going to remove these little panels as well. Each one is located on the sides of Gamera. If you do not know where, make sure to consult your instruction guide. They will tell you exactly where they are. They're pretty tricky to get off, so just be forewarned that it will take a little bit of time and struggling. Then moving down, you're going to want to remove Gamera's feet. So again, twisting those off from the base, making sure you're not putting too much stress on that ball point, because that thing can snap. I worry about it, so I would make sure that you're just doing it as safely as possible. And then second to not least, you're going to remove his tail. Just pull at the base of it and twist, just so you're not putting too much stress on the ball peg. And then the last thing you're going to do is just remove his crotch piece. And now Gamera is halfway ready to flight mode. Alright, so now the second half of getting Gamera ready, you're going to grab the flippers for each arm and connect those in. Just pop those directly into place. You should figure out which ones pop in because the arm should be in a slightly divoted direction going upwards to the body, and the hand should be facing away from his head. Alright, and now you're going to want to plug in the bottom flippers. The way you're going to do that is matching the pieces that are on the connection points. You're going to match those to the connection points on Gamera himself, and then you're just going to pop those in. Mine just has a little bit of trouble going in, so make sure to just be gentle and just give it a little push from the base and not from the top of the flipper. You might just end up bending this or snapping it. It's very thin plastic and it does wiggle just a little bit, so I would be very careful when using this. And last but not least, you are going to snap in the bottom crotch piece to the Gamera. I would start with the 2 pegs first and then pushing in at the top. If you start with the top, the bottom 2 pegs won't plug in. And last but not least, the last thing you're going to need to do is just assemble your flight stand. Just easily just popping this piece in, giving it a little twist and making sure it's all tight and ready to go. And here we are with Gamera in flight mode, looking like a complete badass, ready to battle Iris. I think this flight mode is one of the best flight modes for Gamera. Will I ever display him like this? No, but it's cool to have the option nonetheless. So, I guess, enjoy. Alright, so now that we got all the accessories out of the way and Gamera's flight mode, let's do a quick size comparison so you can see where Gamera stacks up in the line. So really quickly, I just want to do a quick comparison from the Gamera 2 figure to the Gamera 3 figure, just so you can see the quick differences between the 2 figures. I know some people are going to ask about how they stack up together and how they look and the individual sculpts and heights and stuff like that. So let's take a quick look so you guys know exactly what you're getting into if you're going to buy this figure. Alright, so all in all, Gamera is a pretty dope figure. I have to say it is sculpted amazingly. I absolutely love everything that's going on with this figure. The only thing is the lack of articulation in the arms kills me. I wish that I could get Gamera into more dynamic poses, and I wish that he had some kind of ab crunch. I wish MonsterArts would do something like that. It's kind of hard when you have a giant turtle, like how to, make him a solid piece, but yet, you know, I understand when it comes down to that. I just feel like I wish there was some kind of ab crunch to just to help him get into more dynamic poses. But I do think that he looks absolutely amazing. Besides the paint defect on the teeth. So all in all, I give this figure like a 7 out of 10. I would say the sculpt is fantastic. The accessories are amazing. The only thing I wish he came with was a fireball. That's kind of pushing it for all the stuff that you already got here, but a fireball would have been cool. So that's going to wrap it up for me for this video. Just really quickly wanted to thank you guys for checking out this review. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below, and hopefully I'll be able to post some new videos for you guys. And comment down below. Let me know exactly what you guys think about the Gamera 3 figure. If you own it, if you're going to get it, if you're kind of sitting on the fence on it. So yeah. Peace.